Hey guys, welcome back to Digit.in, and today we have Moto G6 from Motorola. This is the next update to the G series, which have been massively popular. Moto tells me that this is their bread and butter. The Moto G series have been hailed as one of the best mid-range phones over the years, and this is the 6th iteration of the series. So without any further ado, let's see what the Moto G6 offers. I would be peeling off the plastic thingy. There is another level of obstruction which I have gone through, and boom, this is the Moto G6. Now on top, this looks like the usual design that Moto has maintained from up front, but if you turn it around, you will notice that this one has a glass back, right? So if you remember, the Moto X4 that was launched late last year also came with a similar design. So this is probably the new design philosophy that Moto will be following. As you can see, if I turn the light around it here, you can see the sheen also like this, which is a very cool addition in my opinion. Now it has a watch dial design of the camera unit. There's of course the camera bump, and as you can see, the dual camera unit up there and the LED flash below. The earlier dimpled Moto Battering logo has been replaced by just the Moto Battering logo minus the dimple embedded under the glass back. Now Moto tells me this has 3D Gorilla Glass both on the front and the back. It's not the latest Gorilla Glass though, it's on Gorilla Glass 3, so durability might be of question here. But anyway, Moto is probably giving some case or the other, we'll find out soon enough. But meanwhile, let me peel off this plastic off top and start the device. Now Moto phones have always, unfortunately we are out of battery on this one. The phone came out of the box without battery, so I might not be able to show you what's inside the phone. So this is the SIM card tray, and okay, takes some time to take it out. So Moto is also offering the option to get 2 SIM cards and a micro SD card at the same time. It's not a hybrid slot thankfully, and you can use a dual SIM and a micro SD card along with it. Now this is the box. On the box you see information like 4.5 inch, 6.9 inch, sorry, 4.5 centimeter Full HD Plus display, an octa-core processor which is the Snapdragon 450, the 350 mAh battery, and 16 megapixel low light selfie camera. Now in the box you get the documentation for your warranties and stuff, the turbocharger. You also get bundled earphones and a USB Type-C cable. Thankfully, Moto has upgraded this phone into USB Type-C, which is definitely a saving grace. There's also the headphone jack, which is very endangered but has found its place in the Moto G6. If I have to give you a rundown of the features, it would be that the Moto G6 runs on an entry-level newer Snapdragon 450 processor underneath, coupled with either 3 GB of RAM or 4 GB of RAM with 32 or 64 GB of storage. There is a dual camera at the back. The secondary lens is essentially for depth sensing, while the primary lens is mainly to take photos. Now there's face unlock as well with using the front camera, which is a newer addition to most Moto phones. Apart from that, you get an all-day battery with a 3000 mAh battery and a turbocharger which Moto ships out of the box. It offers like high quality storage on Google Photos, unlimited high quality storage, and it's essentially Moto's first phone with an 18:9 bezel-less display. It's not exactly bezel-less, as you can see there are some borders around the edges and some thick upper and lower bezels. On the front you get a 16 megapixel front camera It has an ultra wide angle and allows you to take group selfies. You can also add filters and have good fun with it. It has object recognition and landmark recognition that we had seen earlier in the Moto Z2 Force and the Moto X4. Now, apart from that, it also has the usual Moto actions like always on display and a couple more things like the Moto voice and Moto actions like the chop, and you start the camera, twist your arm and you get your flashlight and things like that. Now, it also has the portrait mode using the rear camera. So, it uses a secondary camera here to leverage the depth of field, and it also gives you selective black and white mode, which has been there in other Moto phones as well. So, it has a full HD resolution display. This is the fingerprint sensor along with the home button. So, it supports gestures, so you can go back and start the recent apps by simply swiping your hands across this capacitive plate. This one also comes with Snapdragon 450 under it, which is an entry-level chipset, but it's very akin to the 625 chipset that was very popular last year. So, it also uses the 12 nanometer manufacturing process, which renders some sort of power efficiency while being clocked at 1.8 gigahertz. So, Moto tells me it's only 10% slower than the Moto 6, the Snapdragon 625, which is more or less at par with other entry-level device. Now, the pricing of the Moto G6 is definitely, I believe, will be a crucial thing for its sales. But since this is a glass back design, it feels very premium, and Moto has priced it sort of in a premium mid-range category above 15,000. So, it will depend how well this device sells. But knowing Moto and the G6 family, which has been bestsellers everywhere, the Moto G6 does show a lot of promise. Apart from that, this is more or less one of the well-rounded, well-designed phones that we have seen so far this year. It will only find out how good this performs in our elaborate testing process. So wait for our review, and if you want more videos like this one, please subscribe to Digit.in. Thank you.